So it's the start of the day. We are going to be taking 79, which is considered to be the Great River Road. When we found this back in Minnesota, it was kind of disappointing, the road itself, but we're hoping for a little bit more activity and fun. So let's see how it goes going on the Mississippi. Hello there, and welcome to another motorcycle vlog. This time we're moving out of Hannibal, Missouri, and headed east. I didn't know really where to go. When it comes down to it, I didn't have anything that said like, hey, you need to take this. This is the motorcycle heaven that you were looking for. And I didn't have anything, so you gotta go back to the tried and true, find a road that hugs a river, and just follow it. And this was good advice, because the river I would follow was the Mississippi. It was the Great River Road, which actually I think spans the entire Mississippi. I saw it earlier when I was in Minnesota, but it seemed kind of disappointment. This time, it would not. The whole road would wind and curve right next to the Mississippi. Though a lot of times the river itself was not within view and was blocked out by trees, the hills and forests that were kind of made it fun just in its own right. Because it wasn't just any kind of stagnant, just straight road. It was an uphill, downhill curve here and there all along the way. Well, I hope the sun doesn't get too much in the way of this here, but you can see the river out there. So we'll be following it as much as we can today. Well, up until St. Louis. Apparently this is also a nice party spot with the beer cans and beer bottles in the area. It was worth it to find the whole route. It was just amazing, kind of like how lush and green Missouri had actually turned out to be. Missouri's been getting plenty of rain, and being next to one of the largest rivers in the world obviously helps out a whole lot. The other thing you can do here is kind of explore the small river towns. They all kind of like thrive on the river. They're not really resort towns. They're more of like work towns that use the river as their method of, industry. The mighty Mississippi was just one of these small towns in Missouri that just sit on the river. This is Louisiana, Missouri. Nice, quiet little town. Little places to explore along the river. So far, this Great River Road is a lot more fun than the Minnesota one. Even though I haven't seen much of the river, I've seen a lot. Another town that just sits lazily on the Mississippi. You can see that they're building a dam in their lock. I don't know, it doesn't look like they're going to be generating power from it, but a nice little town to explore right here in Missouri. But the further and further you go, eventually you start to see civilization creep in, because there's a major city on the horizon. That city would be St. Louis. Well, when it comes to St. Louis and driving into it, I was a little concerned because I don't really know too much about St. Louis, and everything that's been in about St. Louis in the last few years always seems to be bad. I've heard a lot about East St. Louis, and even everyone has heard in the last couple of years about Ferguson. So I didn't really know what to expect when I went into it. What I found was a very clean city and very nice. I'm not really sure where, things have gone wrong, and I'm not going to expound on any of them because I don't really know and I'm not the authority on it. But I did find a couple things disappointing as I kind of finally went through the city. Riding through the city, I wanted to kind of get a good look at the arch. I took a mistake and I was actually kind of headed across the bridge. I wanted to kind of take off and kind of walk around the arch area, but then I noticed the arch is not straddling the river. I had always thought the arch straddled the river. Instead, the arch is only on one side. I was kind of disappointed there. I thought the arch should be all over the river and is kind of unifying the east and west sides of the Mississippi. So I kind of failed to see what the arch is really symbolizing anymore for me. Disappointment beside, moving on. Moving on into Illinois. I won't show any pictures of East St. Louis because, well, it's as bad as it sounds. East St. Louis is a blight on humanity. But once you get off, Lower Illinois is pretty much farmland. And it rolls off and you roll through it, find these nice quiet roads and just kind of ride through the farms, enjoying the scenery and just having more peaceful thoughts. to my final destination for the day. I thank you for watching.
Thank you.